Welcome to Tarot and Beyond. Today's reading is how you're making a difference in the world. Inspiration for this reading, first of all, came from Spirit, but it also came from the fact that I really just wanted to give you guys some positive feedback on how you being here and just existing is already making a difference in the world. I think sometimes we just need to hear that. And so this is what this reading is going to be for. And sometimes I need to hear that too. So, I like to do these readings to see what comes up. It makes me feel better and hopefully it can help you guys as well. So you have 4 options to choose from today. We have group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. You can find the timestamps linked in the description box or pinned in the comments below to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings. If you feel called to more than one, just take that as an indication that there are multiple messages here for you today and that you're making lots and lots of positive change in the world. And I hope you guys enjoy these readings. We'll see you there. All right. Hi, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's see how you're making a difference in the world. So you have truth be told. All right. I feel like you have a very open heart. Group number 1, they're showing me the door to this owl's heart. And it's like you have a direct window to your soul is kind of what I'm feeling. And a lot of your wisdom comes from the heart. So you're very truthful. You take off the masks of pretense. You're very bold, I just heard as well. So you being bold and truthful and honest and heartfelt and wise is a big contributing factor. You have not for you. The fortune cookie is making me think of good luck, and the chessboard is making me think of strategy. So, and we again have like this, what looks like a window almost. So I feel like you give people opportunities that they need, or you tell them or give them guidance on what is not for them. You may even be a fortune teller, like some of you may be tarot readers or something of the sort, where you can kind of predict things for people or see the larger sort of strategy of the game of life and give really good, wise advice to them. I feel like you're a truth teller, so you're able to say to people or even to yourself, this isn't for you, and be able to make progress because of that, or to feel like you're making a difference in a good way, and you are. Oh my gosh, I don't think I can pronounce that. Enheduanna, the High Priestess. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. This is exactly what I was picking up from these 2 cards. It's like you are a High Priestess, group number 1, or priest, and you are one with your soul. You're like an open doorway to spirit, and so you leave a legacy of love. Everything that you touch turns to gold, and the gold is like the purity of love. That's what I'm really, really feeling from you guys. You have the Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. Wow. So you guys have probably been through a lot in this lifetime. These black and white chess pieces also make me think of the Matrix, like the checkerboard can represent the dark and light, and kind of how the Matrix makes us play within its confines. So you may have had a lot of tough experiences, I just heard, in childhood, especially, I wasn't even looking at the card, but now that I look over and there's a child in this card. So I feel like you may have had some really tough experiences growing up, and that led you actually later in life to catalyze or alchemize your higher awareness and this spiritual capacity to be able to see the truth and to like predict the future, or to be an oracle of some kind. You're definitely a mystical being, group number 1, that is for sure, which is also probably why you have Our Lady of Hermits. So it's kind of like you need to step back from people sometimes, or you need to kind of just focus on yourself, because that gives you a clearer window to spirit. So even if you're not interacting with other people regularly, you're still making a difference in the world, because your energy is so pure and it's so connected to spirit. You are a conduit. You're the bridge between worlds. And the kitty for confirmation. You can hear Kitty in the background meowing. So you're able to really act as this bridge between worlds that brings through so much love, just so much love. You have God. Oh my God. This is amazing. Group number 1. The light attributes are benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. The shadow attributes are despotism and cruelty, and using power to control people. So I feel like you use the light attributes of this to really understand the truth of your entire being. Like, your soul is who you are. You're not even really like identifying quite so much with your human ego anymore. Like, you very much identify as a God, as a soul, as an eternal creator being. And you see that in others as well, which is why you're able to mirror the truth back to them and show them the larger, game that's going on here. I see that you're also here to shift or to like combat energetically despotism and cruelty. So you use your power to free people from the manipulative control, like the checkerboard matrix. You are able to free people from the control of like the overseers, you know what I mean? By freeing them from their own misperceptions. It's like by telling people the truth and showing them the larger scale picture of the game that's going on here within this matrix system, and helping them to understand that they're divine, and maybe even heal in some way, like alchemizing pain and turning it into more love and helping other people to do that as well. I see that you're helping to liberate people. So you are most definitely making a huge difference. You have abundance. Wow, group number 1. You guys have all of the good things. Oh, Kitty has entered the room. I think I forgot to close my office door. Usually when I'm filming, I close the door. So Kitty's, yeah, there she is. Sweetheart, I'm working, baby. I know, my baby girl, but I'm working. Okay, I'm just gonna see what she wants. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. Kitty's happy. I gave her some pets. She has her treats. And you have, I respect the property of others. So I feel like with abundance and I respect the property of others, you guys are very willing to kind of see how valuable things are. You don't take anything for granted, group number 1, because you see the higher truth of everything. So you're very, very much aware of how energy works and how that manifests and materializes. Really powerful creator as well. You guys make a difference by embodying abundance too for yourself. So if you feel like you're struggling in lack, or you're stuck in a state of restriction in some way as it regards abundance, what these cards are also saying, and this is a message for some of you, is that it's really important that you embody abundance in this lifetime, because that is the frequency that you're going to be sharing with the world, that you're co-creating with the collective. That's the timeline you're creating for other people to join you on. So it is imperative that you, in your God state, are not struggling in an experience of lack. That may be part of how you began, but you need to catalyze that, because it's not for you. Lack is not for you. Abundance is for you. That's who you are. That's what you are. And so you're meant to embody that to help other people to be able to respect their own property in the same godlike way that you do. So being able to respect their ability to create abundance, or their ability to experience the creatorship of themselves. Yeah. Really cool. Okay, let's get some clarifiers from the tarot. So for group number 1, how are they making a difference in the world? I feel this card. How is group number 1 making a difference in the world? Okay. You have the Queen of Cups. Again, very open heart, just so beautifully pure window to the soul. And especially as it relates to your compassion, your ability to divine as well, like the Queen of Cups is kind of reminding me of that High Priestess energy that we had here with this card. So it feels very much like you're connected to your psychic abilities, you're connected to your God essence, you are in alignment with your emotions and your ability to feel into the deeper or more subtle realms. That is where you access that information through the heart. That's where that window to the soul helps you to see things more clearly and to create. Oh my God. I was like, this Queen of Cups is giving me High Priestess energy. And then we have the High Priestess right underneath. I love this. I was having a bit of a rough morning this morning. I had a phone call with my doctor, and one of the medications I'm taking was having some really harsh side effects, so I can't take it anymore. And she wanted to put me on something else, and I was like, no, I don't want that, because my intuition, my own psychic abilities are telling me, no, that's the wrong thing. And then we kind of got into an argument. So I was feeling really kind of frustrated and upset. And I had set up this reading, and Spirit was like, you actually need to do the reading. And I was like, are you sure? This doesn't feel like it's the right energy for me to sit down and do this reading. And they were like, actually, that's what's going to make a difference, because it's going to cheer you up. It's going to bring your vibration back up. It's going to renew your hope again. And it's going to help other people in the same way. So I feel like the reason I'm telling you this story, group one, is because I feel like, first of all, you'll understand. And second of all, that this is something that you're here to do as well. Like, you're here to shift the vibration of the world by being this High Priestess and following your intuition, even if it creates conflicts with people who don't see the world in the same way that you do. You've got to trust yourself. Oh my God, I've never had this card come up before. You have the happy squirrel. Oh, this is so cute. I love this deck so much. So, yeah, my heart just feels so much fuller. And I want to thank you guys, because, like I said, I was having a rough morning, and this reading and connecting with your energy is really cheering me up. So I'm just so grateful, and this happy squirrel card is making me really, really smile. So thank you guys. You have the King of Pentacles. Abundance is definitely part of how you make a difference in the world. Group number one, your happiness, your intuition, your emotional love, and like God creatorship energy, and how you manifest abundance in your life is like a huge part of this. You also have the Lovers. So love, again, is a very big part of this. I feel like you loving people from the depths of your soul helps to change the world, because that's the energy that you expand and create more of. That's what you plant, because what they're showing me in this card is all of the carrots, like the carrot crop between them. So the more love that you experience through interaction with other people, through connection to your soul, through connection to the divine, the more love that you embody, really, and the more that you share, it's like the more that you're planting those seeds into the earth. And everyone is feeling that and can pick up on that and attune to that frequency. It's like you're very fertile, group number one. And part of how you make a difference here is by planting seeds of happiness, of truth, of wisdom, and of love. That is really what I see here. The God energy just makes me think of sovereignty, benevolence, and compassion. Yeah, like you're just so highly conscious, very empathic, very intuitive. And that is what you bring to the world. And that is how you shift the world. You are making a huge difference, group number one, in being here, because you are bringing joy to this world. You are helping to heal the hearts of the wounded. I just heard as well. You're here to like break free from the limitations of the game and make it about the soul. It's like, it's not about the matrix anymore. It's about the soul. And that, it really brings you a lot of abundance. I feel like you work in a way that may bring you lots of abundance. Like maybe you do this professionally and it brings in abundance for you, or maybe you do something else, but whatever it is, it's like you're meant to be in a state of abundance, because like I said, that's what you're going to create in the world too. Like those are the seeds you're going to plant. Whatever you embody, group number one, is how you're going to support the world. So if you want the world to be more loving, you've got to be more loving, and you are. So I mean, you're already doing that. But if you want the world to be more free, then you need to free yourself through abundance, through like stability, because the King of Pentacles is this like a boss, you know what I mean? Like he's got his shit together, and he is grounded, he's stable, he's got the finances that he needs, he's in a position of power. All of these cards are so strong. And all of them not all of them, but you have 2 court cards, but then you have these 3, which are technically, like this one, I don't know if that's technically a major arcana, but I'm going to take it as if it is. So you've got like these 3 major arcana and then 2 court cards. So relationships are really important, and the major story arcs or story themes of your life and your soul experience here are very, very big. Like these are major themes that we're seeing here in your reading. I feel like you respect others, and that's why you're able to have compassion and be so benevolent and loving and truthful, but in a kind way, right? Like I don't get the sense that you're like blunt, you know, you're very truthful and very loving in the way that you deliver that truth. And you just help people to kind of, you like nudge people towards their own truth or towards their own power. Yeah. And they just keep repeating the message, group 1, that you're meant to be abundant. You're meant to have a lot. You're meant to be secure financially. You're meant to be very stable and very wealthy, because that is what's going to help you to shift the earth as well, like the planet. That's the embodiment of that frequency through you, because you're so powerful. Anything that you embody or that you experience, you amplify. And anything lower that you embody or experience, you're able to transmute, because your consciousness is very high and you're able to see beyond the veil. Wow. This is beautiful energy. Let me see if they have any more messages from any other things here. They do want me to get the astro dice. So for group number 1, what other messages about how they're helping the world? You've got Mercury in Virgo in the 11th house. Okay, so Mercury is to do with communication. This is the planet of commerce, trade, communication, technology and transportation as well. For you guys, I'm really feeling it in like trade and commerce. So you might be in a position in this lifetime where you are trading something or doing some kind of sales or something like that. But it's very grounded, and it may be focused on healing, because you have Virgo. And Virgo always makes me think of like cleaning things up, organizing, healing. It's very grounded and practical, which is interesting because you have this High Priestess energy and the Queen of Cups, but then you have the King of Pentacles. So there's a lot of intuitive psychic energy, but in a very grounded, practical way, and very organized, which I think can really help a lot of people. Again, it's like there's a strategy to it. You know, it's not just kind of like, it's not woo-woo. It's not completely abstract. It's like you've formulated a strategy here to free yourself, and then maybe you're helping other people do that as well. This could even be sales of like physical things too, because you have property. I respect the property of others. So you might, I just got for a message that some of you might be in real estate. Some of you might be in like counseling positions where you work with couples. Some of you might be doing sales of like crystals or sales of some other items. Yeah, I feel maybe you're like a financial advisor. There's so many different career paths that I'm picking up on here because there's so many people watching the reading, but I just get the sense that whatever you do, you're doing it from a very high level, from God consciousness. So you could be like a street sweeper and you're still going to be operating from this High Priestess energy and changing the world. It doesn't really matter what you do. It's more how you embody and what that has, the effect that has on the world. And you have the 11th house. So this is about groups, networks, dreams, goals, and how you connect to people in the world and how you collaborate, I just heard as well. So like relationships with other people is definitely very important for how you make a difference here, group 1. You're meant to be connecting with people. You're meant to be in like playful, loving, respectful relationships. I think that's another part of this. So career aside, I think that you having healthy relationships with other people, either platonic or romantic, that's making a big difference on the world. Like that is actually changing a lot in a very positive way, not just through those people that you're having these positive experiences and connections with, but also through that vibration. Because again, anything that you embody, you amplify and expand. So I really see that bringing a lot of peace and healing to the world. And again, you're a communicator of some kind. You're a truth teller. So maybe you speak about truth. Maybe you're even like a holistic healer or a doctor or some kind of a naturopath or something like that. Because like that example of me talking to my doctor came up, and truth be told. So maybe like you're operating within one of those fields, but you're coming from a very truthful, high, like very highly soul aligned place. And that's how you provide healing to the community or to the clients or to whoever. Really cool. Love this reading. So I'm feeling like we've got all the messages here. So that is what I see for you, group number 1. You are making a massive difference being here. So thank you for existing. Thank you for being you. Thank you for shining your light and providing this truth, this love, this compassion, and this abundance for the world. I'm sending you so, so much love and gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out how you're making a difference in the world. So you have breathe. This is beautiful. I feel like you're very peaceful, very calm, and also very like joyful. I'm getting joyful energy from this. It's like the bliss that comes from peace. I also feel a lot of innocence from this card, like the fairies and the daisies. It's like you're this very childlike, innocent spirit, and yet you're very peaceful and powerful and strong. It's an interesting combination. Let's keep going. You have clean it up. Okay, so yeah, again, I'm getting strength from this. I don't know if that's a reindeer or an elk or a stag. Not sure, but whatever it is, it's like you're here to help to clean something up through the energy that you are emitting, and maybe it's through your own sense of peace. It's almost like peace is what is able to clean things up. And they're showing me in my mind the scene from Cinderella when, or no, not Cinderella, it's from Snow White, when she's in the cottage and she's got all the animals together and they're cleaning it up. That's what this feels like to me. It's like you're a very innocent, pure energy like Snow White, and Cinderella too, and you're able to clean up in a way that's very joyful and playful and fun. Okay. You have Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. Wow. So you are a protector, and you're also very, very protected, like very strong. Like I said, like it's like there's this innocent energy, but there's this strength within it, like massive strength. And that is what protects you and also protects other people. Maybe by helping to clean things up too, you're also protecting, because it's almost like if it wasn't clean, then something, bad could happen. It's like you're helping to protect through that. I'm also just getting breath work too. Some of you might be into breath work. You have Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's this self-knowledge that you've gained through this sense of peace, like this deep connection that you have with yourself that has helped you to feel very powerful, very powerful. And that it flows through you, it flows out of you, and it just naturally sweeps away all the dirt and dust and grime of this world. So it's like you're a walking powerhouse. You're like a walking vacuum almost. And it's funny because they're showing me in this one, it's like when she's breathing, when you breathe in and you're like bringing the air in, it's like she's sucking up all of the dirt, and then it's like being expelled, and it's peace when it comes out of her. So it feels like you guys are like a Hoover. You guys are like a vacuum for all of the dirt and dust and grime in the world, but you're able to completely transmute it. And that is the protection that you give to this planet. Ooh, okay. You have Father. The light attributes are talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. The shadow attributes are dictatorial control or abuse of authority. So I feel like you're here. Sorry, there was just something loud. outside. I don't know what that was, but I feel like you're here to make a difference. Some of you may be fathers. Some of you also may be mothers, because I was getting Empress and Goddess. But I feel like whether or not you're a parent, it's kind of like you're embodying that leadership. It's like you're through that peace and that grounded stability, you're able to really support life and clean things up. You know, and it's almost like it's the same thing in like a caregiver type of energy. That's kind of what I'm getting from you. It's like a caregiver. You're there to protect, you're there to create peace, you're there to clean up, you're there to calm down. It's like all of the things that a parent would do, whether or not you're a literal parent. And it's like the example from Snow White, where she goes in and she starts kind of like helping the dwarves. You know, she cleans up their house, she cooks them food. It's like this very motherly or fatherly energy. You have be assertive, okay? So interesting that you have the father, which can be about like leading or guiding in an assertive way. Like the balanced expression of that is, providing, support, scaffolding, being able to lead and guide in an assertive way. So maybe you guys are here to really show this strength, because again, it's like this deep core strength that I feel within you that's kind of overlaid by this gentle innocence, playfulness. Yeah, there's like a childlike energy there. And yet it's like you're both, like you're the child and the parent. Yeah, that's really cool. And then you have, I praise the goddess and God. So I feel like you're very much connected to your spirituality. And I'm not just saying that because you've clicked on a tarot video or like a psychic reading. I feel like you're very connected to your divinity. You're very aware of yourself. You have this deep self-knowledge, and it flows effortlessly to and through you because you take time, you dedicate time to connecting to that and to protecting yourself. Again, they're showing me the bubble here in her hand is like an energy protection tool. Some of you might use like energy bubbles around you when you're going into, tricky situations, or just even out in public or something like that, or when you feel you need it, like just visualizing a bubble around yourself. I think the energy work that you do is really, really powerful, group number 2. Like you are here to help to clean things up a lot. Like you transmute and you heal and you guide, and you're very, you're like this unified whole of these dual aspects. So you're gentle yet assertive. You're childlike and mature. You are soft and gentle and yet strong. You are light and you are dark. Like you are all of these things. And I think that's where the self-knowledge is from, right? And the enlightenment. Things just flow through you because you don't have any of those barriers of separation. And that's why you're able to clean things up, is because you can see where the things need to be reorganized or rearranged. Let's get some clarifiers from the tarot. So for group number 2, how do they change the world? How do they make a difference here? Nope. Oh, it's this. Okay. You have the King of Pentacles, and this came up in group number 1, and I just kind of want to put it here, which is exactly where it sat in their reading. The King of Pentacles, this is like the father energy again. So you may be somebody who embodies that energy really, really strongly. Just very stable, very practical, very grounded, very protective, assertive. Yeah. And at the same time, creative and very, I just get this sense of grounded, peaceful energy from you, group number 2. Very grounded, very practical, very peaceful. You have the Hierophant. This is Taurus. So we've got like earth sign energy from both of these cards, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And this is a teacher. The Hierophant is here to be a teacher. He helps to hold up traditions. He's a communicator for the divine. He's the the conduit for the divine to be embodied and expressed. And again, I feel like that's something that you guys are doing too. I feel like you may be religious, or maybe not religious, but spiritual in a way that almost feels like it's religious to you. It's very important. Maybe there's rituals around that, or there's specific belief sets. And if it is religious, then that helps you to connect to the divine. It's like, I feel like you praise the god and goddess, like you are very connected to these types of practical rituals, whether it's breath work or meditation, or some kind of like having an altar, or whether it's just doing like spiritual cleaning. Maybe you sage your house regularly. I feel like the routines that you have are very much connected to the divine. So you make a difference in the world by doing that every day. Even if it's just your own house or your own energy, it's like you're making a difference by doing that. The Three of Pentacles, and this could be related to work as well. So you might be somebody who works in the field of craftsmanship, cleaning, parenting, leadership of some degree, spirituality or religion, or physical health and healing. Those are the ones that I'm getting predominantly. But again, there's probably many different people watching this reading, and so that's going to vary from person to person, but those are the dominant energies that I'm getting. And you have the Page of Wands. So there's that innocent energy again. I just feel like you guys are really innocent, introspective, but at the same time you're willing to like go out and do things and have new adventures. Like there's like this childlike wonder, and you want to like play with other people. It's what I'm getting from the Three of Pentacles too. It's like, you're like, I want to go play. And then you're like, hey, do you guys want to play too? Let's build a sandcastle, something like that. You know, it's like there's this inner child within you that wants to collaborate with people. That's very happy to explore and learn new things. You have the Justice card reversed. Okay. I feel like you're here to create balance. That's how you make the world a better place, is really through creating balance where there wasn't any before, because you embodying the balance of light and dark and the child and adult, it's like you're balancing these things within you, and that helps the world. You have the Emperor. Again, this is the father energy. Like these are my two significators for the father, and then you have the Father card. So like maybe you are balancing out something to do with your masculine energy in this lifetime. You're working to heal how you feel about your father, or about the father energy within you, or how you behave as a father. It just feels like you're healing the masculine energy, whether you're male or female. And so it's really about creating stability, being protected, assertive, standing up for what's right, creating balance, nurturing and guiding your inner self, your inner child, other people. It just feels like you're here to embody that divine masculine energy. Oh my God, you have the Empress as well. So you literally have the Emperor and the Empress, and they came out back to back. So this is the Divine Father and the Divine Mother. It's like you're both. You are both. And this is, again, earth sign energy. So Taurus is the Empress. It feels like you're here to be a leader of some kind. You're here to be a guide. You're here to embody this very, very balanced masculine, feminine energy. The Knight of Swords, and maybe communicate that. And the Devil. Capricorn is the devil energy. Not that Capricorn is the devil. It's just that's the card's significator or energy. So I feel like this is very much about liberation and freedom. So justice and balance through fairness, through assertiveness, through boundaries, maybe even too, like communicating very clearly and going after what's right for you or for others. I feel like that is something that you are definitely making a difference in the world with. Like you are not here to play small. You are not here to let people walk all over you. You're definitely here to really show up as this divine masculine, divine feminine energy. I just feel like you're here to really make a difference by standing up for what you know is right. It's like if you see somebody doing something wrong, you're not just going to let that slide. You're going to speak up about it. Or if somebody needs help, like let's say, for example, somebody got hurt out, walking around, or there was like a car accident or something, even if it was just a minor one, and everybody else just kind of walks by, I feel like you group 2, you're the type of person who would stop and be like, is there anything I can do? That father energy of like, do you guys need jumper cables, or do you guys need me to call 911, or like, do you guys need whatever? It's just like, hey, what can I help you with? What do you need? And that really helps to create a lot of positive change in the world. That's what I'm seeing here. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, they do want me to get the astro dice, but not yet. They said there's something else before we get those. I just heard place of worship. So you guys might be, I'm getting like minister type of energy, like the leader of a flock of some kind, it's like a teacher of some description. You may actually be a minister or something, although I don't know if many ministers would watch tarot readings, but I get the sense that it's kind of like that, like some kind of a leader of a flock, or a leader of like a group of people, or like children or something like that. And place of worship could also be referring to like a physical location that you go to or that you attend. Maybe you're a supporter of a physical place of worship, or an online place of worship that helps to spread or disseminate information, that helps to liberate people from the darkness or from the shadow or from their own disempowerment. It could be something that you do for work, because you have the 3 of Pentacles there. You might collaborate with other people on this to help to kind of clean up the world by bringing light to these areas, by spreading your peace and your message and this energy of fairness, balance. Yeah. They're giving me the message of building. Some of you might be an actual builder. I don't know, like an architect or contractor, something like that. And yeah, it feels like you may be somebody who ends up building a place of worship of some kind. Like you might be contracted to build a temple or a church, or even just like a community place where people come together and are able to connect. Or maybe you're just building a home for your family. I'm not sure, but it feels like there's building is important here. You guys are here to build something. That's how you're going to change the world. That's how you're going to leave a legacy as well. Like it's like you're going to be leaving that behind when you go, and it's going to help people long after you're gone. The energy of what you embodied and what you physically were able to construct, or to clean, or to repair. Some of you may be volunteers too. Like you may go to clean up things or build things. It's like a missionary almost. That's kind of the energy I'm getting here, is like a minister, a missionary, but it doesn't have to be like in the religious sense. It's just that archetype. Very, very cool. Wow, beautiful energy group number 2. So let's get your astro dice. Okay, you have the South Node. You have, okay, so Sagittarius in the, yeah, what is this? 9th, yeah, okay. The South Node in Sagittarius in the 9th house. So this is definitely about your philosophy, your beliefs, it's like your worldview. You may travel to foreign lands and do charity or missionary work of some kind. And this could be something that you did in a past life as well. The South Node is, our past. And it feels like it's a mission that you're carrying over from a past life. It's like you didn't complete it, is what I just heard. Like you didn't complete it in the previous lifetime, so you're carrying it over into this one. And in this one, you're going to complete it, is what they're telling me. Because you're actually going to be constructing or building something. In that previous lifetime, you were just kind of developing the skills that you needed. And then in this lifetime, you're actually applying them. I'm getting travel from Sagittarius. So you guys might be somebody who travels a lot for work, or who travels to volunteer or do something like community service or something like that. It doesn't have to be long distance travel, but it just feels like you're here to share the word of God. I feel like even if you're not speaking, it's like you're building that in some way, or you're constructing a way for the divine to be accessible to people in a very practical way. Yeah, and then the 9th house, like I said, that's to do with your beliefs, your philosophy, your worldview, learning through experience, cultural differences and changes, travel, things like that. higher learning as well, like universities, courses. You guys could be a teacher because you do have the Hierophant here. So you could be a teacher, conventional or unconventional, spiritual or not. You're here to teach, and that makes a big difference in the world, whether it's through academics or whether it's through spirituality or religion or whether it's through family. You're here to teach, and it's beautiful. It's making a really positive difference in the world. Group number 2, Spirit really wanted you to know that, and you needed to hear this message, which is why you clicked on the reading today. So that is what I see for you, group 2. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing your light to this reading. Thank you for bringing your light to the world. Thank you for building whatever it is that you're building and being this embodied divine feminine, divine masculine, here to empower others through your faith. I love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you want to stick around, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 3, welcome to your reading. Let's see how you make a difference in the world. So you have Treasure Island, and I'm noticing all of the hearts around the chest here. So I definitely feel like your treasure is definitely held within the amount of love that you hold for the world and your capacity to, I'm also seeing let go, like the number 9 is about letting go and endings. So I feel like you're really able to let go with grace, and you're able to bring a lot of joy to the world through your grace. You have exchanging gifts as well. So a lot to do with treasure and gifts. I feel like you are a giver in group number 3. I feel like you, oh, there's another 9 here, 7 plus 2. Yeah, 9. So 9 is also a humanitarian energy. It's about service to others and philanthropy, humanitarianism. Yeah, so I get the feeling that you are very charitable. I also see the sea turtle and the cat here. I feel like you're very connected to animals. You have a really big heart. You're very empathic. And so just that love is a gift to this world. It's like, it's a natural just state of being for you, and it brings a lot of joy to the world. You have Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. I feel like you have this radiance to you, group number 3, that really helps to bring out the radiance in others. And again, there's like this fierce love that I'm feeling from you. And the way that you give is going to vary from person to person, but I'm seeing some of you might give through music. Some of you might give through acts of service. Some of you might give through the grace that I was talking about earlier, like compassion. Let's see what else. You have Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Yeah, I knew it. Oops. I knew that you were a giver, group number 3. Definitely a giver. You shine your light brightly, and you are not afraid to share with others. I get the sense that you're very open-hearted, and that is such a gift to this world, truly. You have Child Wounded, but it's in reverse. So the shadow attributes are highlighted here, but they are acknowledging that the light attributes are things that you've actually helped to heal this wounded child. So the Child Wounded says, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. The shadow attribute is blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds and resists moving on through forgiveness. So I feel like you were able to heal your inner child through forgiveness, through compassion, through grace, and you're able to move out of that into the empowerment of serving others, being able to serve other wounded children, or being able to open that energy of forgiveness. I feel like that's one of the gifts that you bring to the world, is your forgiveness, your compassion, and again, like the word grace and the feeling of grace just keeps coming up. Meditation brings answers. Okay, so if you meditate, I feel like the way that you do this is helping the world. So when you're meditating, it's like you're connecting to your heart even deeper. And so you're able to forgive yourself. I feel like a lot of what you are giving to the world, group number 1, is what you have learned to give to yourself. So if you're giving love to your inner child, if you've helped to heal yourself, that is the gift that you are giving to the world. Not only through what you then give to others because of what you've learned for yourself, but just the act of giving to yourself in this way is healing for the entire world, for the collective of humanity. And they're wanting me to emphasize this for you so that you can fully understand this concept if you haven't already. And it's that when you heal for yourself and you embody that energy or that frequency of unconditional love and compassion for what you've been through and all of the pain that you've felt, you are helping to heal the world. You are healing the collective heart because we're all one. So that's something that they wanted to say to you because that all just channeled out. I converse with awareness. Yeah, so I feel like you, again, we have the animals are really sticking out to me here. This little hummingbird just feels like a messenger or like a little fairy that whispers in your ear. I feel like you are very connected to nature, group number 3, and you might even be very giving in that sense. And you connect in this way that you're very aware of yourself and the natural world and other people. I just feel a lot of compassion to you, and you might be like a hands-on person. Like I feel like you are the type of person who, like, I'll just tell you the example that just happened to me. Okay, so I'm having a bit of a rough day, and I mentioned that in group number 1, but since I did group number 1's reading, it's like there's been other things that have happened today, so it's just been one of those days, you know. And I was driving home from getting the groceries, and a little bunny, there's so many bunnies around, you know, if you've been watching the readings here, I show the ones that are in my backyard sometimes, and there was a little bunny that darted out into the road, and I accidentally ran over him, and I swerved to avoid, but I couldn't, and I was so upset, and I pulled over, and I started crying, and I'm crying right now again, but these people who were behind me and saw what happened pulled over because they saw me break down and, you know, start crying, and they came over and they gave me a hug, and they were like, it's not your fault. These things happen. It's, you know, it's just good that you even are crying. A lot of people would have just kept driving, and, you know, it was like just knowing that they cared and that they were there and they were offering love to me was just so healing, and that made such a huge difference in my day. And I feel like that's something that you guys would do, group 3. I feel like you would pull over if something like that happened, and you would offer a hug to that person because you have such a deep awareness and such a big heart and so much compassion and sensitivity for life. And I feel like that's because you were able to heal this wounded child within you, and you are so abundant with the love that you've been able to cultivate within yourself that you're now willing to share that with the world. So thank you for that, because that experience today really helped me to get through a really, really challenging day. So let's get some clarifiers. Ironically, from the chubby bunny, that was the one that I chose for this reading. And I did talk to God and to Spirit about that, what happened, and they showed me that the bunny had gone across the rainbow bridge and had gone into the light, and he had felt no pain. It was very quick. And I did leave an offering of celery out in the backyard. I can see it from where I'm sitting in my office, for the rest of the bunnies that are in the back there. So yeah, just tough things, you know. So let's take a look. Okay. So you have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, this is like the Wounded Warrior card. I feel like you've been through a lot, group number 3, and I can so relate. I can so relate. You know, when you have a big heart, everything is a lot more painful. But I feel like you just kept going. You didn't give up hope. You kept fighting the good fight, you know, and keeping your intentions pure. The 4 of Pentacles. It's like you, It's funny because usually the Four of Pentacles is kind of like the miserly card, and it's holding on to things and maybe even being stuck or blocked up. But in this example, I feel like you're just very content with what you have. And I get this deep sense of gratitude from this card. So I feel like you're a very grateful person, and that's why you are so willing to give and exchange gifts, because you have this deep sense of gratitude for all that you have. So that's why Treasure Island is here too, is because your heart is so big and you hold so much gratitude for life, especially despite what you've been through, that you really appreciate everything that comes your way. You have the Eight of Swords. So I feel like you've definitely had to overcome a lot. Group number 3, you've had to go through the trials and tribulations of life and the trials and tribulations of your own mind. And I personally know how challenging that is. And I just feel like you are so courageous, and I want you to know that. And that really does make a difference in the world. Your courage, your hope, your unwillingness to give up, your willingness to keep trying again and again and again, and to heal yourself and to give back in a loving way is truly, truly a blessing on this planet. So thank you. The Six of Cups. Yes, very innocent inner child that you have, and always willing to give, to share. I feel like you've done a lot of inner child healing, group number 3. That's just the sense that I get from you, that you've brought a lot of awareness to your inner child and to your soul and what you need. And then you've been able to be able to share that with others. Maybe you've done a lot of meditations for yourself, or you were, deep diving into those emotional wounds. And I just get the sense that it's really helped you to heal and to be, that divine expression of yourself. Three of Swords, yeah, that's the pain in the heart. That's the grief and loss and all of the hard things. This is like, the tough experiences, the trauma from childhood or wounds or things like that occurred. I just get the sense that you're such a sensitive soul, group number 3, that, a lot of things can feel really painful. And again, I can totally relate. It's like going through life without any kind of shield. It's like having exposed nerves, and everything that you come across is like extra painful because you feel so deeply and you care so much. But it's also your greatest gift, group number 3, because you're here to feel deeply and be able to share that. You're able to connect to the most profound love, and that truly is a gift. And yes, it comes with pain, but your strength in overcoming that is serving the world, because you can hold compassionate space for yourself and by extension for others. The Tower. Oh, pile 3. You've definitely been through it, haven't you? You have been through it. A lot of trials and tribulations I'm seeing in your reading. But you just kept going. You just kept going and looking for, understanding. I just get the sense that you have sought a deep understanding of yourself and others. If people hurt you, I feel like you're the type of person who would try to understand why they hurt you. Like, what was this person going through? What were they experiencing that caused that to happen? Or that, what was their mindset, that kind of thing, so that you could understand them and forgive them. You know how rare that is, group 3? Extremely rare. Extremely rare. So I just want to commend you for that. Spirit wants to commend you for that, because I didn't even want to sit down and do this reading right now, because obviously I'm still upset. And Spirit was like, please sit down and do the reading. It's the right time, and you'll see why. And this is why, is because I needed to be in this wounded state to come and sit and do your reading to so that you could actually see firsthand that this is normal. It's okay to be sensitive, group 3. It's okay to feel deeply. It's safe to care. It's safe to love. It's safe to hurt because of these things in a world that is sometimes rocky. And sometimes those things are just unavoidable, like what happened today. We just can't avoid them sometimes, and it's painful. But with love and support of each other, we can get through anything if we stick together and we just keep loving. You have the King of Pentacles. I feel like you are healing a lot to do maybe with a father wound, but I also see this as your relationship with money, and again, like that service that you give. Maybe it is very sort of hands-on acts of service. You also have the Three of Pentacles, so this could be how you give through your work too. So a lot of what you give to the world and the difference that you're making is in the love that you share. It is purely in your courage to have overcome these wounds or to continue to keep addressing them and to have stood, in understanding, compassion, and forgiveness in the face of challenges. But I also see that you are very diligent and dedicated to your work, group number 3. Whatever this work happens to be, it really, you could do anything and it would still serve the world because you're doing it. That's what Spirit is saying, is it would still serve the world because you're the one doing it and because your energy is such a blessing to this world. Like, it is a gift in and of itself. Just you being here is a gift, and they want to thank you for that. All right, so let's get the Astro Dice and get some closing messages for you, group 3. Oops. So you have the first house, Aries, and Mars. Okay, so Mars in Aries in the first house. Wow. Okay, so Mars is action, and it's like the warrior too. And since we did have the 9 of Wands here, which is like the wounded warrior, I feel like you guys have had to fight many, many battles in this life, and you've managed again to come out looking, pretty good. You've been able to really hone your sense of self, group number 1. And Aries is also this like leadership energy. So I get the sense that you are courageous. That's what I want to say. Like, you have a lot of courage, even if you're sensitive, even if you are like you've been through a lot. I just get the sense that you've developed a lot of courage. And the first house is all about the self. This is like the body and your sense of self and how you are seen by others. I feel like, especially with this King of Pentacles being here, I get the sense that you probably take pretty good care of your body too. Like, you might eat healthy, or you might kind of, for some of you, you might even be vegan, because you have such compassion for all life. That won't apply to all of you, and intuitive eating is important too. Like, sometimes we do need some protein from meat and we can give back in a loving way. But yeah, I just get the sense that you are very focused on the body, and I think money is a part of this too, but maybe not like the focus is on money, but that the stability that physical health, mental health, and financial security can bring, and then the leadership that you're able to embody because of that, not just for others but also for yourself. Like, you're able to feel like you're in control and you can take the lead and feel confident being able to handle what life kind of throws at you, you know what I mean? So I get the sense that you've learned to lead yourself here. Like, you've learned to reparent yourself, you've learned to give to yourself, you've learned to give to others in a really balanced way. And you've learned to heal through all of these challenges and this pain. And you freed yourself, and you sought answers within, and you found them, and then you were able to apply them through what you were doing in the world, like what you do for work, or how you approach other people, or how you interact with other people, because of how you interact with yourself. You are truly a treasure, group number 3. So please remember that. Spirit just wanted to give you that final closing message that you are a treasure, and it is a blessing for you to be here on earth and here in this reading as well. So thank you so much, guys, for being here today. I hope that you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for holding space for me through this reading, because I was, obviously just what I shared about my day. It's been a little bit of a rough ride, but thank you for all of the love and compassion that you embody. So that is it for this reading. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out how you make a difference in the world. So you have right away higher power. You definitely make a difference in the world by channeling and being the higher power. It's like the expression of source is what I'm getting. You have chop wood. I feel like you're not afraid to put in the work. It's like you have awareness of this higher power, and you understand how manifestation works. You understand your own mind. You understand how intention and application of action can create results, and you're not afraid to do the work to see the results. Yeah, I get the sense that you have kind of blasted open many doorways for yourself in this world, in that sense. Like you've been able to unlock things, because they're showing me the key over her third eye and these open doorways. So I get the sense that where things were closed off to you, you were able to find a way to get through, to open up and make a way for yourself. And again, it's like this higher power that you have to be able to create and to see the results manifest really quickly. And how that's helping the world is because you are in your power. And when you're in your power, you are embodying that frequency. So it makes it easier for other people to be in their power too. You have Sarada Devi, the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. Okay. And you have Diana, Queen of the Wilderness. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. So both of these talking about love here. Presence of love is the absence of judgment, and the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. The Divine Mother and Diana, both of these make me think of like Earth Mother energy. Diana also makes me think of going after what you want. It's like she's got the bow and arrow. So again, it's like intention, being intentional, making a way for yourself. Really cool. Oh my God, you have Exorcist, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. The shadow attribute is fear of facing your own demons. So I feel like I'm getting some shamanic energy from you, group number 4. I feel like your contribution to the world is your embodiment of your ability to use your higher power to unlock things within yourself and doing the hard work, like the shadow work. Part of that is holding space for yourself with unconditional love. So like not judging those darker aspects of yourself or of others. And you're going into it like a warrior, you know what I mean? Like you're prepared. You've got your bow and arrow, which is like your mind, and the bow is like your mind, and the arrows are your intentions, and you're like shooting them out into the darkness of the inner forest, and then you're freeing yourself of any destructive impulses and stepping into this divine embodiment of your personal power. Really cool. You have look for a sign. Ooh, the lightning bolt is really standing out to me here. It feels like it almost feels like Zeus energy, but again, it's giving me that like intention and directed will. So it feels like you are very, very direct in going after anything that's out of alignment and like taking action right away. You also have I hold purity in high esteem, And the lightning bolt and this card here are making me think of like energy activations, because sometimes when I do energy work, that's kind of what I see it as. It's like sometimes it'll look like a lightning bolt like that, and the chakra system is represented here in this card. So I feel like you work with energy in some way, shape, or form, whether you do it consciously or not. But given the cards on the table here, I would say that you do it fairly consciously. You have an awareness of these higher truths, and you work with that higher power quite directly, is what I'm seeing. Let's get some clarifiers. So for group number 4, how do they make a difference in the world? What is their presence creating here? Well, these 4, and then keep shuffling, okay? And those 2, and then that's it. Okay. Strength. Yeah, you are super, super strong, group number 4. That is definitely what I'm getting from you. It's like you're able to really hone that strength for yourself and be the embodiment of it. It's like you tap into that higher power, and then you use that really efficiently. Wow, the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so you guys are here to build some serious longevity. I heard the word legacy here too, which is associated with the 10 of Pentacles. So you're here to build a legacy. You're here to leave a legacy behind of what you've built. And I think that's partially to do with the kind of energy healing that you do. You might even do this for other people. You have the Page of Cups. That's the love, you know, it's like you're very open and willing to share that with others. You have the Death card. Yeah, again, I'm getting shamanic vibes from this. It's like you are able to go into the lineage or into, I just heard the DNA. You're able to go into the ancestral realm. Yeah, that's a big one. And the natural world, to be able to honor the process of death and like the life cycles. Interesting. And you have the Magician. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting from all of these cards. It's like you are a director of your will. You have such power in manifesting, and you use that, you wield that power with a great sense of responsibility. That's what I'm getting from you, group number 4. You are very stable in that, and I think this was even number 4. Yeah, it was number 4. So the number 4 is about stability, protection. It's a very strong number that angels are present around you. So I feel like you work with spirit quite directly, and you manifest with intention, and you're aware of like the natural death cycles. You do energy activations of some kind through love. You might be part of like the Lightworker cleanup crew who's here to, like get rid of all the darkness in the collective unconscious by doing that within yourself and maybe with other people too. It takes a lot of strength. Wow, the 7 of Swords. So you're here to break free from any deceptions or illusions. Like your strength is really in the mind, is what I'm seeing here. It's like you're able to I just heard suss out, which I don't even know, is that like a phrase? You're able to like suss out anything that is out of whack, and you're able to, yeah, it's like you've got like the nose of a bloodhound is what they just told me. You've got the nose of a bloodhound for any darkness or shadow that needs to be addressed, and you can sniff it out, you can find it, and you like go straight for it. Yeah, you like beeline for it. It's pretty cool. You have the 2 of Wands as well. Yeah, it's like usually the 2 of Wands is kind of like an indecisive card, and it's about making a choice, but I see you being very decisive here. You're like, I know exactly what I need to do, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it right now. Like I just get the sense that you guys don't really wait around. You just do it. You just take action, or you just make something happen. And you have the Hermit card as well. So you may have spent a lot of time doing this internal work. It's like going into solitude so that you can connect to your shadow, so that you can understand these things, so you could develop this strength to call in the higher power and actually use it to create some change here in the world. I feel like you guys are very, very like hands-on about that. You know what I mean? Like that's the energy I get from you guys. It's like you don't beat around the bush. You take things in stride. You are very, very powerful in how you address anything that needs to be addressed. Like any darkness that's within you, you're like, yep, we're going to handle that right now. Not going to let that hang around, because that doesn't serve me in manifesting the reality that I need or want or am here to create. You know what I mean? It's like you're just so willing to deal with anything that comes up, really. That's kind of what I see here. Spirit just said they want you to know that you're making a difference. I mean, that's obviously why you clicked on the reading, but they wanted to let you know that the work that you're putting in, even the mundane work, they're saying, because yes, some of this is shadow work and some of this is introspection and, connecting to the higher power by looking at the signs and interpreting them and manifesting and being intentional. But they're also saying that your mundane work is important. So they're literally showing me somebody cleaning the house, and they're like, when you clean the house, you help the world. I don't know how that, okay, let me ask for clarity on that. Oh, it's like a representation of cleaning up the inner spaces. So they're like, as you clean up the inner spaces, you clean up the inner spaces. It's a direct reflection. And that makes sense because psychologically, when we have a messy home, it means we kind of like have a messy mind sometimes. That's not always a bad thing, but it's like there's a direct correlation there. And I feel like when you guys clean up your home, or you help to clean up the world, you're really doing like that internal cleanup work. You're addressing the darkness. You're addressing like the dirt and grime of the shadow, physically and non-physically. I feel like you guys have found a lot of peace around the idea of death, because they're showing me these bunnies and they're grieving, but they're smiling. And we also have this card here with the two doves. So it feels like there's freedom, peace, and acceptance of death, because you're aware of the other side and you understand that it brings about a new day. And it almost looks like death is pissed off, that he's like upset that these people are accepting death in this way. He's like, hey, you guys are supposed to be upset. It's giving me like Harry Potter, the three brothers story kind of vibes, It's like he feels cheated because you've kind of outsmarted him by being accepting of this, because you've addressed your shadow. Yeah, like you've addressed your fears, you've addressed your own internal darkness, your own sense of like illusion or self-deception. You've been willing to look at those things and deal with them. That takes some serious strength, group number 4. So I just want to commend you for that. And that's what makes you such a powerful creator and manifester. It's like you're going to be able to create some serious security for yourself in this world, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. I just get the sense that you have some pretty major blessings coming to you, group number 4. That didn't come up in any of the other readings, but like you guys have some serious blessings coming to you because you have taken your reality into your own hands. And you focus so intently on what you can create and what you should create, And it's like, I don't even like the word should, but it's kind of like, it's more just about the fact that you're doing the manifesting in alignment. You know what I mean? It's like you're not doing it with the intention of, I just want to make a bunch of money. It's like you're doing it with the intention of, this is going to create more freedom for this situation, or for these people, or for this experience that I'm having as a soul. So it's all coming from this very aligned place is what I get from you guys. Okay, let's get the astro dice. Yeah, okay. So you have the North Node in Aquarius in the 2nd house. Wow, okay. So the North Node is your destiny in this lifetime. It's what you're here to develop into. Aquarius is the energy of like, it's very intellectual, it's broad-minded, it's focused on innovation. I also get the sense that with Aquarius here, it's like you're a bit eccentric. especially with the Hermit and the Exorcist. Yeah, it's like you're a bit eccentric. You're like a futuristic type of person, but you're also very grounded and like connected to nature. So it's this interesting combination. And then the second house is to do with your resources, your finances, your sense of self-worth, and what you value. So again, I feel like you value things based on that higher power and the alignment. So you're not the type of person who's going to value self-deception for, like getting ahead in life, like rationalizing, well, I'm just going to bypass my integrity to get this paycheck, or I'm just going to bypass my integrity to, like not have this situation make me look silly, something like that. It's like you have the strength to be in alignment, which is challenging. And that's just like what I see is like one of the most important things for you at soul level. It's part of your destiny. It's part of your development here. It's part of what you signed up for at soul level and what you kind of set your soul path to look like in this lifetime. You were like, okay, we're going to go into this life and we're going to really hone our capacity to deal with the darkness, do the dirty work, be loving as we do it, let go and heal, be intentional, manifest, and move forward to create like a freedom. I just get a big sense of freedom from you guys. So the difference that you're making in the world is addressing these things within yourself. And I feel like you are creating freedom for yourself and others, because the Ten of Pentacles isn't just a personal longevity of financial security. It's like familial. It's ancestral. You might be leaving a legacy for those behind you. It's like you're helping to heal the darkness. Sorry, a loud motorcycle just went by outside. So I feel like you move really quickly. Like the motorcycle was like zooming, I feel like we are zooming. What is that from? I don't know. Anyway, I feel like you guys move really quickly, but you're also in it for the long haul. Like a motorcycle can go really far. So I just get this feeling that you are here to create change in your ancestral line. So this could be in your lineage, like your family. I get the sense that you've like taken on a family that maybe had a lot of wounds or darkness, or destructive impulses, and you were able to conquer those, or you're working to conquer those. I just get the sense that you're like transcending the experience of death by understanding ego death. You know what I mean? So it's like by facing the ego death, you're not afraid of physical death anymore. And you're creating a legacy of abundance for those who come after you, both in the peace that you've created and the strength you've cultivated within of this higher power and this alignment at soul level, but also through your finances. Like you may actually be building something really solid and stable financially, and that can help to create freedom for your children and your children's children, or just for other people. If you don't have kids or you don't want them, it's like you're able to just give back to the world in that way. It's really cool. Yeah, I feel like you have big dreams and big goals for this lifetime, group 4. So you can most definitely achieve those. You have set this up for yourself at soul level to be able to make that happen. So go for it. You're going to make a big difference in the world. You already have made a big difference in the world. So thank you so much for being here in the world and doing this for yourself, for others, for us all, because we're all one, right? At the end of the day, we're all one. So whatever we do for ourselves, we're doing for the world, and whatever we're doing for the world, we're doing for ourselves. So that is what I see for you, group 4. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I really did. It helped me, and it brought me a lot of joy and healing. So thank you guys for listening, and we will see you in the next reading. Bye.